Hello and welcome to another special Sudoku solve video. Today I am continuing the Sudokuvania. I first off, it has been updated to 1.1, so I had to fill in all the digits again. And I marked this purple because I got a comment. When pencil marking, I pencil marked one of those to be 4, and then when I placed the 2, I immediately placed the 4 because I trusted my pencil marks, which if you the idea in Sudoku, right, is you use your pencil marks so you don't have to think about that again. So you remember that specific thing, but then your pencil marks have to be correct. And I just made a mistake. Which, it happens. But I am going to revert that and place this as a 4-8 pair. And then we will see what it turns out to be. I already pressed check mark after last episode to just check if I am not going further with mistakes. And it was correct, but I'm not going to use that knowledge and logic going further. So that's just one correction. But specifically today, it is the factory buzz puzzle. I don't know. I am somewhat afraid. Also, I have been thinking maybe this is used to disambiguate more of this, or I'm just missing some normal Sudoku. If I am, that's just what it is. But yeah, no, today is the factory bus puzzle, the disassembly line. You continue deeper into the castle's abandoned manufacturing plant, turning on lights as you go. You feel unseen eyes of the machinery on you. Shuddering, you flip another switch, only for the factory floor to spring to life around you. You better find a way to shut this off before you are used as raw material. This remembers me as this reminds me of like the Star Wars thing, which is it Genosis, I think. Oh, okay. If that's wrong, I'm sorry. Place the digits from 1 to 9. Yeah, that's normal Sudoku rules. Anti-night, we know what anti-night is. German whispers, long green light, adjacent digits must differ by at least 5. 646. I think he posted this as a separate puzzle as well. Thermometers along a bronze thermometer line. Digits must increase from the bulb to the tip. Okay, so 5 cannot appear on a German whisper line, so we have somewhat of a given. And I think we're going to have to mark highs and lows because what we now know is that this is a... what's the easy way to mark it? Orange over, so orange is high and blue is low because it contains an L. Blue low, orange high. And the same goes for this one, I guess. We know that this and this is correct. But we don't know much more. I think there is something to be said about these lines because they are arranged in a very specific way. You have on a German whisper, you have the 4 and the 6. 4 can only go with 9, and 6 can only go with 1. So you can't place 4 or 6 in the middle of a line because, these two will see each other and they would both have to be the same digit. So we know that this is 4 and 6. Besides 4 is 9, and besides 6 is a 1. So we have a 1-9 pair. Then we have a lot more options, right? Well, no, because where are you going to place 7? If you place 7 here, you need a 1-2 pair surrounding it, and you already used the 1. So these cannot be 7. So one of those has to be 7. And on the low side, that's the equivalent of a 3 with 8 and 9 having to be next to it. So this is then 8-2. And that's the way the line has to be arranged. There is no different way to do this. Okay. I don't yet know what that means. 1-9, and we have 3-7 and a 2-8 middle. So, okay, so 2 and 8 have to appear on these, but they could appear on the same one. Oh, well, 5, 5, so the only place in the column where 5 can go is there. That is somewhat interesting, because that gives the thermometers a bit of a German whisper-like idea, because that's the same principle used in the bigger puzzle. You have, because once you go from low to high, you can never go back to low, and the 5 makes it so that there is no in between. So it's either like this. Well, so they could all be low, and then all these be high. That is possible, but yeah, it is interesting that these all will have a somewhat German whisper property. But I'm not sure what to do now, to be to be fully honest. We have the 2-8 pair. Well, okay, 2 and 8 cannot appear on a single thermometer, because then it sees this. So 2 has to go in one of them, and 8 has to go on one of them, but which is which? I'm not sure. Do these... Well, okay, wait, I'm gonna remove this for a second, because I see a different aspect. Let's say this line goes like this with its polarity, right? And then this is some version of 2 or 8, then this is automatically the other version of the 2 or the 8. So this line has a reversed polarity. And I think that's more relevant than the benchmarking I just did, because I don't know, because it just feels like it is. So is this then always low? Because either that's... No, it could be a 5. And this could be a 5 as well. The same goes for this. Okay, that's not it. Does it have to contain a 5? Because, right, if this is low, if this is the 4, then this is 1, 2, or 3. And let's imagine there is no 5 on this small thermometer. Then we have 1, 2, or 3, and then 7, well, 6, 7, or 8, or 9. But that seems fine. Well, 4 goes with 9, so it couldn't be 9 then, but 6, 7, or 8 is still a lot of room. So that's not it. So the orange 2 or 8 goes on here. No, wait, the blue 2 or 8, the orange 2 or 8 goes on here. But we don't know anything about these lines. Okay. Knight's moves. Was the thing with knight's moves. I haven't looked at that yet. So this 2 or 8 cannot go in any of those. But that doesn't... My problem is, right, that 2 could still be there, and then that'd be a 1. So 2 isn't one of those. And 8... Okay, 8's much stricter, because 8 cannot go in any of those, in the bulbs. So if that is 8, one of those is 8. And that's more relevant, I think. Because then one of those is 9. And if this is 8... Well, those could be 8. Well, is it then the case where... Well, then if this is 2, right, we have the same thing, because those cannot be 2, so then one of those has to be 2. I'm unsure, but let me look at knight's moves with the 5s now. That cannot be a 5, so that is a 5. Okay, that's so those cannot be 5. Those cannot be 5 with knight's moves. Those cannot be 5. So that's a 5. Then we have 5 in one of those. We have 5 in one of those. 5 blocks it out of these. And this one, so one of those is 5. So this isn't 5. So that's 5. So that is 5. And I think we can place all the 5s. So now we don't have the issue anymore of this being 5. I should have thought about knight's moves earlier, but that's okay. This digit is also somewhat interesting because it cannot appear here. It's the same as that digit, so it cannot appear there. It is a 4 or a 6, so it can't appear there. It cannot appear there, so it has to appear there. Then probably it works the same up here, right? This sees those. It cannot be there. Oh, and it cannot be there because that sees it, so it's there. An orange 4 or 6. So yeah. Orange, blue 4 or 6 always goes to orange 1 or 9. Why did I think that's relevant is because it cannot appear there, it cannot appear there, and it cannot appear there. Because if it appears there, then we have the orange 1 or 9 there. So one of those is orange 4 or 6. Blue 4 or 6, but that's not as much as I hoped. It's less than I hoped. Maybe. No, but see, 1 or 9 doesn't have the issue of being restricted on this line, so it's much easier to place, I think. But now, okay, so now we look at the aspect what I thought about before. These now have to have some sort of whisper property. And whatever this is, right, if it's 6, this will always be low. Because it's not 5, and it's then a maximum of 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. And this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. If that's 4, this sees that digit and that digit. Well, all of these will have that property, right? Because 6, 7, 8, or 9. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we have 1, 2, 3, or 4, 6, 7, 6, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Yeah, all of these must have that property. And this orange digit sees all of that as well. So it has that as that thing going again. So what now? This digit cannot appear on those. But this doesn't see that. Okay. This orange digit sees those. This blue digit sees those two. Okay, so all of these sum to 10, which I am just now realizing, because that does mean these can never sum to 10. Because if they do, they see their pair. If it's a 4-6, they see that one. If it's a 1-9, they see that one. If it's a 3-7, it sees that one. If it's 2-8, it sees that one. So these cannot sum to 10. And then like 4-9 or 6-1 isn't possible. But that's a lot of different options, right? It's 16 different options, and it rules out 4 with the 10 pairs. 6-1 is ruled out. Wait. That only works for this one. Well, and by extension, this one. Yeah. Okay. Also, I probably should have said this earlier, but I was planning to do an intro for this video. I hope I get it to where I like it. If it is a positive change, let me know. I guess, or don't. But yeah, no, I hope it is something that is that is of some standard. If that's 7, that's 2. So 7-2 doesn't work either. So okay. So there is a lot of ways for these to combo, but that a lot of them are ruled out. 6-1 doesn't work. well, okay, no, that's not it. 6-2 doesn't work. So if it's 6, it's with a 3. No, wait, if it's 6. Yeah, if it's 6, it's with a 3, because then we choose orange to be high, and it must go with the low digit. So wait, I'm going to use this as some labeling. 6 goes with a 3 or 4. No, I think will be drowned in options then. No, I'm not going to do that. 2-8, 2-8. That's 2-8. So one of those is the blue 2 or 8. So if it's 8, it's either one of those. And if it's 2, it is that one. Okay. And orange 2 or 8 cannot appear there. So it has that same, where that's 2, and if it's 8, it has to be that one. 8 has to go to next to 1, 2, or 3. And then, okay, so like I said, orange 2 or 8 cannot go in any of those. It cannot go there, so it's in one of those. So if this is then, let's say orange is then 8, and we know it has to appear there, we need a blue low digit there. But that could be blue 2 or blue 3. And I don't see a problem with that. Okay. This sees that 2-8 pair. I feel like that must be somewhat relevant, right? Orange 4 or 6 could go there, and then we have a blue 1 or 9. Wait, 1 or 9? Orange 1 or 9 goes not there, not there, not there. So in one of those two. But that's not enough. Uh, Orange 4, 6. Cannot go there, so it goes there or there. But there's no way that matters in any sense. How did I find that? That was orange 4 or 6. Let's see. Wait, no, that's not what I thought about it, was it? Orange 4, 6? Sorry, I'm confusing myself with something. Oh, where does blue 3, 7 go? Orange 3, 7. That's there. It sees those. So it's there. Wow, okay. I'm not sure if that's something. So we know that that's a 3, 7 pair. And this orange sees that one, so it's blue. And then that's orange. Wow, okay. That's unexpected to me. Okay. So maybe now this is more relevant because we looked at it, it cannot appear there, so it is in one of those. If this digit appears there, then it cannot be a 6. But it doesn't have to necessarily, so I don't know if that's relevant. Blue 1 or 9 goes in one of those. I was looking at something where I said, oh, 4, 6 has to go in like that or that, but now I'm unsure how I found that to be the case. Because I can see that this one sees that one. Wait, okay, so this 4 or 6, it cannot go there, it cannot go there. We looked at it, it cannot go there because it has to go with blue 1 or 9. And it cannot go there by horse move, by knight's move, horse moves, by knight's move. So it's in one of those. So orange 4 or 6 is in one of those two. So it is in one of those two. But that doesn't, I don't know. I don't know what that does. Because then the same goes for blue. Oh, I can remove that 5. Well, okay, so where does blue 2 or 8 go? It goes in one of those. And 2 or 8 next to a whisper. Okay, the next number on a whisper with 2 or 8. Let's look at 2. Is either 7, 8, or 9. It cannot be 7 now. So then it would be 8 or 9. So that is from 2, 8 or 1, 9. But I do not see a problem with that in any way. This 4, 6 goes by the same rules, likely. One of those is 4, 4, 6. If it's that one, that is orange 1, 9. I must find something like as unlikely as that, because this, okay, so orange 1, 9 goes in one of those, so it goes down there. And 1 or 9 are interesting because they always go on the bulb or the tip, right? So we know orange 1, 9 is on this thermometer, then blue 1, 9 is on that thermometer. Okay, so blue 1, 9 is down here because this one sees those two. So it is on this thermometer. Blue 2, 8 sees that one. Oh no, it's on a different thermometer. Okay, but that does mean that if 8 is on the thermometer, it has to be at the tip. Because the associated digit, like, okay, if that's 8, we need blue 9, because then this is 8, then this is 9, so we need 9 down here. But that breaks. So we said that this has to be in one of those two. The 2 cannot be there, because if the 2's there, we need blue 1 there. And that breaks as well, because then that's blue 1 as well, and there's no way to place blue in this box. And 2 cannot go there because you have no numbers lower than 2. So 2 cannot fit on the thermometer, so we need to fit 8 on the thermometer, and the only way we can do that is here. That's it. That's it. Oh, no. 9, 7, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see, those are 7 as well because they're high. That's 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. I so hope I didn't make a mistake. If I did, that would be tragic. So okay, so we can do, presumably we can do the same trick with 2, because right, where does 1 appear? 1 is in one of those, so it cannot appear there, so that cannot be a 2, because that cannot be a 1, so 2 has to go there. Then we have this as a 1, 9 pair. Well, okay, no, okay, so 1, wait, so 9 appears on this thermo, it cannot be there, so it's there, and 1 appears on this thermo, so it's there. Am I going to continue the coloring? No, I'm going to discard the coloring. I don't know if that was the good idea, but that's okay. Which digits are we missing? We're missing 1, 2, 4, and 6. That cannot be 2. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. That cannot be 2, so this is 1 or 9. It's not 1, it's 9. Okay, so that's 4, then that's 6, then that's 1. And then those aren't 4. This horse moves. That knight's move sees that. This is now 8 because it sees all the other digits. This sees 3. This is 1 because it sees all the other digits. This sees at least 6 or 7. If it sees more, I am not seeing it. Probably we can do the same here. This must then see 1, 3. Where did this see the 2 from? Why do I have those filled out and those not? Because this puzzle has so far been symmetrical, except for this middle part that was used for the disambiguation. 1, 3. No, not 3. It's hard to see with this color. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I am watching out for mistake. That 1 sees that, so that's a 4, that's a 1. Now this sees 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And this sees 6 and 7. This is now 2 or 3. And this is not 8, not 6, that's 7. Why do I have such a difference between those two sides? Because I could fix that, I think. This is now 6. Because it sees 7, 8. And that sees 1, 4. Oh, and it sees a 3 in the box, so it's a 2. And this is 1, 2, 3. I feel like we could fill in most digits at this point, right? Knight's moves are often, when you've broken in, you kind of know what you're doing. This is the only place 3 can go. That's the only place 3 can go, so that's not 3, not 1. Oh, I placed 2 2s. Where did I go wrong? I see this now. Oh no. Okay. That is quite a lot of progress missed, but that's okay. That happens. 1, 2, 3, 4 still, 5, 6, and 9. I do not want to blame that on the color. That is kind of, that's because that's just my mistake, right? That is just what it is. No, I overlooked the 2 here with my poor scanning. Nevertheless, we can still continue. Now with a bit less information, with that now being 7 or 9. That sees the 4. And the 3. 6 sees that. This 6 sees that cell as well, so that's a 6. So that is a 6. That 6 sees all of those, so that's a 6. So that's the only place 6 can go. So that's an 8. Let's finish 6s if we can. And we can't. 8s. It's a bit far-fetched this far in the puzzle, but that 8 sees those, so one of those is an 8. So with that 8, one of those is an 8. That cannot be an 8, so that's an 8. In fact, this is not a 1, not a 4, so it's a 2 or a 3. 8 still. Can we do more? One of those two is an 8. So that's the only place 8 can go in this box. No, okay. 7s. I'm still afraid that I made a mistake somewhere, but that's part of it, I guess. 7, 7, 7, and then the final 7. But yeah, no, I am happy with the progress I'm making on the Sudokuvania puzzle. It's a bit slow, but I feel like that is okay. I am just enjoying the experience, I guess. 9s. That's a 9. That is a 9. That 9 sees that, so that's a 6. It's a 9. Then we can finish the 6s. And yeah, with the channel in general, I feel like I'm just doing what I feel like, what I'm enjoying myself, um, which has worked out, I think. Um, I am happy to see people enjoying that as well, which that I think that's somewhat of a logical thing. If you enjoy something and share it with people and they enjoy it as well, it's always nice to see. Um, let's now not make a mistake in this final part, because that would be very, very sad. Um, what am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a 2. It's a 3. That's a 4. Um, and yeah, stuff like making an intro. I I was just having fun while doing it, and I think that is most important in the end, at least for me, I guess. Um, but yeah, no, I am just I don't know, I'm enjoying it so far. Um, and I'm happy to see that people have the same feeling towards it as well. Thank you. Sighing with relief, you rest on the now still conveyor belt as the machines around you shudder to a halt. A sudden bang startles you, and you look towards the sound to see an access panel has popped off. You wave the smoke out of the way and peer inside the contraption, then reach in and pull out a pair of black dots. Are these Kropke? Oh, okay, so that's the intro to Kropke dots. No, wait, they are just socks. You put them on, and you feel like you can jump twice as high as before. You have unlocked double jump, ratio Kropke. Enter 8 in this puzzle's boss cell in Sudokuvania. Okay, we will do that. Um, so this is an 8. Wow, that unlocked a lot of stuff. You can new unlock ability. I also saw this that I made progress on a hidden puzzle. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where. It might be this. I don't feel like it is. Let's see if Kropke has something specific to say. Black does separate two digits where one digit is double the other. Okay. Just normal Kropke rules. Um, I know this is a bit short, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Um, I can see that this 9 has a knight's move, so it goes there. Um, yeah, no, I am going to leave it as it is. Uh, thank you for watching this boss puzzle, and I hope you have a great day. And I hope you enjoyed the intro I made. If I get it to work. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.